Hello everyone, this is Maddie's Masquerades, and I hope you're enjoying ComiGram 2020. The because I certainly am. But anyway, it's time for me to get down to business and start my panel. The panel Western is about magical girl shows. It's not just for anime anymore. Now we all know about the popular magical girl shows. The most popular one in the U.S. being Sailor Moon, and you may have heard of Magic Knight Rayearth, Madoka Magica, but those aren't the only kinds of shows about girls with magic powers who transform and do everything. There's a whole slew of them created for Western audiences too. The two most popular ones right now are She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Both of them can be found on Netflix in the US, while Miraculous can be seen on television on Disney Channel and previously Nickelodeon. So, what makes these shows similar to the magical girl genre is similarly the characters shout something out while they transform. For She-Ra, it's by the power of Grayskull, just like in the old one. For Miraculous, it's Tiki spots on, or Plague claws out. Or of course, if you've seen the later one, Tricks let's pounce. So, yeah, and then the characters all go through a very flashy scene and with everything going on in the background. But those are just the two most popular ones. There's a couple from the past you might remember, such as Winx Club and Witch. Yes, I'm actually a fan of both of those shows. Shocking, isn't it? Yeah, I remember in Winx Club they usually shout something like Bloom, Fairy of the Dragon Flame, Stella, Fairy of the Shining Sun, and for which it's Guardians Unite. Yeah, Winx actually still exists, but that in itself is a story for a different panel, which hopefully I'll be doing soon. Which most people seem to remember the comics better. I do remember watching the cartoon and liking it, but I'll talk a lot more about. I'll actually look more into that one later. So, but I would like to dedicate this one to two much more obscure fandoms that you may or may not even be aware of. The ones I'm talking about are Lollyrock and Mysticons. If anybody actually knew what those two were, raise your hand. Probably no hands here. So Lollyrock it currently airs on Netflix, and it's done by Marathon. They're what used to be Marathon and is now called Zodiac Meet Kids. They are responsible for some shows like Totally Spies, Martin Mystery, Team Galaxy, Monster Buster Club. It too can be found on Netflix in the U.S. Lolly Rock is a show about a girl named Iris. Who finds out that she's an ancient princess, that she is the princess of an old planet called Xeria, and she meets two alien friends, Talia and Oriana, who are both human aliens, aliens who aren't evil, and they have to battle against the forces of Greymore and his two underlings, Mephisto and Proxena, to who aim to rule Earth and Zadia. Mysticons. Now, Mysticons has really surprised me. It's done by Nelvana. I'm sure you know that name by now. It's a Canadian show. It used to air on Nickelodeon and Nicktoons, but you can still find it on platforms such as Amazon Prime or Google or wherever else you want to look. You didn't hear it from me. Anyway, with this one, it starts out kind of slow, but the characterization really kicks in a little bit. With this, it starts out with Dreadbane, who Princess Arcana's parents to bone, and Arcana finds find the disc, and and some of her friends turn into the creatures known as the Mysticons. And but things don't end there, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil in case anyone is actually interested in the show. Well, I wish I could have come up with a little more for this, but uh wow, it's really only 2:05. I see two people are watching. Is anybody want to contribute? Anyone want to talk about any other magical girl shows? Definitely when I do this at a real con, I'm definitely gonna make a PowerPoint and everything to try to make it go a little longer. But even though it's just a camera, I guess I could show you a couple clips. I'll show you guys a few clips of this stuff. Allow me, as soon as I get up YouTube, I'll turn my phone around in a little bit. Mhm. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Nope, you can't turn your device. Turn the stupid thing. All right, here we go. Mysticon's opening. Wait a second. Here to face it, the wicked must beware. So that was the theme song to Mysticons. And I've already got it stuck in my head. When honor calls. Anyway, okay, so anyway, I I'm also going to talk a little bit more about Winx Club. Believe it or not, it's still on. I still haven't seen season 8 yet, but it's the most recent one to come out. There is like a whole lot of production stuff going on with Winx Club. I mean, yeah, the only thing I'm really going to say about it is that sometimes I think it's a show people should bring up when people talk about characters aging backwards. I mean, whenever people talk about cartoons where characters never age, we usually bring up Pokemon and The Simpsons, where Ash and Bart have kind of remained eternally 10 for over 2 decades. But in Winx Club, some it the characters actually aged throughout seasons 1 through 4. Then when season 5 came out, they went back to Alfie. I mean, they were getting engaged in season 4, but in season 5, they just kind of went back to being students and also sometimes teachers. It's like they couldn't even decide in the middle of the season if they wanted them to be kids or adults. I mean, yeah, I mean, at least, say what you want about Ash Ketchum and Bart Simpson, but at least they've remained eternally 10 for over for their 2 decades. Yeah. Wink Club itself could pretty much get a whole panel to itself, but since I've still got a little extra time, I'll because the show has changed companies so many times. Oh, and but I'll talk about that one later. Uh, She-Ra is actually heading into its final season, May 15th. Season 4, its last will air. But I seem to have lost my viewers, and I've hit about 10 minutes. So thanks for watching, and I'll Yeah, with the viewer count going fluctuating and me hitting 10 minutes, I think it's time for me to call it quits. And as I said, I'll definitely prepare better with some PowerPoints and visual aids and everything. I kind of threw this together while in the middle of getting a job last time, but it was really good to talk to you guys. And when hopefully I can do this at a physical con sometime. See you some other time. Bye.